Have you ever looked at someone who always seems calm, confident, and genuinely happy, no matter what life throws at them? They don't appear to have perfect lives. They face problems, disappointments, and setbacks just like everyone else. Yet they carry themselves with a quiet peace that cannot easily be shaken. What if that kind of happiness isn't luck? What if it isn't about having more money, more success, or more possessions? What if it comes from practicing a few simple habits every single day? The ancient Stoic philosophers believed that happiness is not something we chase, it is something we build. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca taught that true joy comes from mastering our thoughts, controlling our reactions, and living according to virtue rather than emotion. In today's world, we're constantly distracted by social media, comparison, endless news, and the pressure to be perfect. It's easy to believe happiness is always somewhere in the future. I'll be happy when I get that job, when I earn more money, when people appreciate me. But Stoicism teaches a different lesson. Real happiness begins with small daily actions that shape your character over time. Today, we're going to explore 9 simple Stoic habits that the happiest people practice every single day. These habits don't require wealth, status, or special talent. Anyone can begin using them today. If you stay until the end, the 9th habit may completely change how you see happiness for the rest of your life. Before we begin, if you're passionate about Stoicism, personal growth, and building a peaceful, resilient mind, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we share timeless Stoic wisdom to help you become calmer, stronger, and wiser. Now, let's begin. Habit number 1. They begin the day with gratitude. Most people wake up and immediately think about everything that's wrong. The bills they need to pay. The emails waiting for them. The stress. The responsibilities. Before their feet even touch the floor, their mind is already overwhelmed. Stoics approached mornings differently. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning that he had another chance to live with wisdom, courage, patience, and kindness. Instead of asking, "What problems do I have today?" ask yourself, "What opportunity do I have today?" Gratitude changes the direction of your mind. It reminds you that despite your struggles, you still have reasons to smile. You can breathe. You can learn. You can improve. You have another sunrise. The happiest people don't ignore life's problems. They simply refuse to let those problems erase everything that is still good. Every morning, spend 1 minute appreciating 3 things. They don't have to be extraordinary. Maybe it's your family, your health, a cup of coffee, a peaceful morning, or simply another chance to become better than yesterday. Happiness grows where gratitude lives. Habit number 2. They focus only on what they can control. One of the greatest Stoic lessons is called the dichotomy of control. Epictetus said that some things are within our control, while others are not. We control our choices, our attitude, our effort, our words, our character. But we cannot control other people's opinions, the weather, the economy, the past, or how others choose to behave. Yet most people waste enormous amounts of energy trying to control everything outside themselves. They worry about being liked. They replay old mistakes. They fear uncertain futures. They become emotionally exhausted fighting battles they can never win. The happiest people have learned a different approach. Whenever something goes wrong, they ask one simple question: what part of this situation is actually under my control? If they can act, they act. If they cannot, they let it go. Imagine how peaceful life becomes when you stop carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. Your peace increases the moment your need to control everything decreases. This habit isn't easy. It requires practice every single day. But over time, it becomes one of the greatest sources of emotional freedom. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your character rather than destroy your peace. And that's exactly what Stoicism is about. Habit number 3. They guard their thoughts like a fortress. One of the greatest battles you will ever fight is not with other people. It is with your own mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Those words are just as true today as they were nearly 2,000 years ago. Think about it. Two people can experience the exact same situation. One sees an opportunity to grow, while the other sees only defeat. The event is the same, but their thoughts create two completely different lives. The happiest people understand this. They know they cannot stop every negative thought from appearing, but they can decide whether to believe it. When a setback happens, they don't immediately say, "My life is over." Instead, they ask, "What can this teach me?" When someone criticizes them, they don't instantly feel worthless. They ask, "Is there something useful in these words, or should I let them pass?" This is what Stoicism teaches. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. You always have the power to choose your response. Imagine your mind as a beautiful garden. If you never remove the weeds, they will eventually choke every flower. Negative thinking works the same way. If you constantly feed fear, anger, jealousy, and resentment, they will grow until they take over your life. The happiest people plant better seeds. They fill their minds with wisdom, gratitude, patience, and hope. Over time, these thoughts become habits, and those habits become character. The next time your mind begins telling you that you are not good enough, that you always fail, or that nothing will ever improve, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this a fact, or is it just fear talking? Most of the time, you'll discover it's only fear. And fear loses its power the moment you stop believing every word it says. That is why guarding your thoughts is one of the greatest daily habits you can develop. Habit number 4. They practice kindness without expecting anything in return. Many people believe kindness is weakness. The Stoics believed the opposite. To remain kind in a world filled with anger takes incredible strength. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that people would sometimes be selfish, dishonest, rude, or ungrateful. Yet he also reminded himself that he must not become like them. Your character should never depend on someone else's behavior. The happiest people understand this deeply. They smile without needing recognition. They forgive without waiting for an apology. They help others without expecting repayment. Why? Because kindness is not a gift for others first, it is a gift for yourself. Every act of kindness strengthens your own character. It reminds you that no matter how difficult the world becomes, you still choose who you are. Think about someone who once showed you unexpected kindness. Perhaps they encouraged you during a difficult season or simply listened when no one else would. You probably still remember that moment. Small acts often leave the biggest impact. Today, kindness can be as simple as speaking gently, offering encouragement, listening without interrupting, or forgiving someone who made a mistake. These actions may seem small, but they build a peaceful heart. And a peaceful heart is one of the greatest treasures a person can possess. Before we continue to the next habit, take a moment to tell us in the comments. Which of these habits do you already practice, and which one do you want to improve? If you're finding value in this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, we explore timeless Stoic wisdom to help you develop inner peace, resilience, and a happier life. Habit number 5, they embrace discomfort instead of running from it. One of the biggest reasons people remain unhappy is that they spend their lives avoiding discomfort. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid challenges. They avoid failure. They avoid change. At first, this seems like the easiest path. But over time, avoiding discomfort creates a life filled with fear. The Stoics understood something most people never realize. Comfort rarely makes you stronger. Discomfort does. Seneca believed that occasionally choosing hardship prepared the mind for life's unexpected difficulties. If you only live in comfort, even small problems begin to feel overwhelming. Think about a tree standing against the wind. The stronger the wind, the deeper its roots grow. The same is true for you. Every challenge you face is strengthening something inside you, your patience, your courage, your discipline, or your resilience. The happiest people don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They ask, "What is this teaching me?" That simple shift changes everything. Instead of seeing obstacles as enemies, they begin to see them as teachers. Maybe your current struggle is teaching patience. Maybe your failure is teaching humility. Maybe your disappointment is preparing you for something greater. Growth is rarely comfortable. The strongest people are not those who have avoided pain. They are those who allowed pain to shape them into wiser, kinder, and stronger human beings. The next time life becomes difficult, don't immediately wish for an easier path. Instead, ask yourself, who is this challenge helping me become? That question has the power to transform suffering into growth. Habit number 6. They end every day with self-reflection. Most people end their day the same way they began it, distracted. They scroll through social media. They watch television until they fall asleep. They allow another day to pass without asking whether they actually became a better person. The Stoics believed every evening was an opportunity to examine their lives. Seneca recommended reviewing each day before going to sleep. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I lose my patience? How can I become wiser tomorrow? Notice something important. This isn't about criticizing yourself. It's about learning. The happiest people don't pretend they're perfect. They know they will make mistakes. But instead of hiding from those mistakes, they learn from them. Imagine improving just 1% every single day. At first, the changes would seem small. But after weeks, months, and years, you would become a completely different person. That is the quiet power of daily reflection. Take 5 minutes each evening. Put away your phone. Sit quietly. Replay your day honestly. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Accept your failures without self-hatred. Then make one simple promise. Tomorrow, I will do a little better. That single habit can transform your life more than you realize. Because happiness isn't built in one extraordinary moment. It is built through ordinary moments repeated consistently. Before we move on, remember this. The happiest people aren't happy because life is easier for them. They're happy because they train their minds differently. If these Stoic lessons are helping you become calmer, stronger, and more resilient, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and join thousands of others on this journey of personal growth. Habit number 7. They keep their lives simple. In today's world, many people believe that more is always better. More money. More possessions. More followers. More attention. More achievements. But the Stoics taught that constantly wanting more is one of the fastest ways to become unhappy. Seneca warned that the person who is never satisfied will never experience peace. Desire has no finish line. The more you chase it, the farther happiness seems to move away. The happiest people understand that a meaningful life is not measured by how much they own but by how little they actually need to feel content. Think about it. How many things have you worked so hard to get, only to realize a few weeks later that they no longer made you happy? That is the nature of external things. They provide temporary excitement, but rarely lasting fulfillment. Stoicism invites us to simplify our lives. Remove unnecessary distractions. Spend less time comparing yourself to others. Buy what you need rather than what impresses people. Protect your time as carefully as you protect your money. When you simplify your life, you create space for what truly matters: your health, your family, your friendships, your character, and your peace of mind. The happiest people know that real wealth is waking up each morning with a calm heart and a clear conscience. Ask yourself today, what can I let go of that is stealing my peace? Sometimes, happiness doesn't come from adding something new. Sometimes, it comes from releasing what no longer serves you. Habit number 8. They choose their relationships wisely. The people around you shape the person you become. Whether you realize it or not, the conversations you have, the attitudes you absorb, and the company you keep influence your thoughts every single day. The Stoics understood this well. They encouraged surrounding yourself with people who inspire wisdom, honesty, courage, and virtue. The happiest people don't try to please everyone. They know that not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some people encourage your growth. Others constantly drain your energy with negativity, gossip, jealousy, or endless drama. Stoicism teaches us to treat everyone with respect, but it also teaches us to protect our peace. You can be kind without allowing others to control your emotions. You can forgive someone without giving them permission to continue hurting you. Healthy boundaries are not selfish. They are necessary for a peaceful life. At the same time, the happiest people invest deeply in the relationships that truly matter. They listen more than they speak. They express gratitude. They encourage others. They make time for the people they love. Years from now, you will rarely remember how many possessions you owned. But you will remember the people who stood beside you during life's hardest moments. Choose those people carefully. And strive to become that kind of person for someone else. Before we reveal the final habit, the one many Stoics believe ties all the others together, take a moment to subscribe if you're enjoying this journey. Every week, we explore timeless Stoic wisdom to help you build inner peace, mental strength, and lasting happiness. The ninth habit may be the most powerful lesson of all. It has the potential to transform not only your days but your entire outlook on life. Habit number 9. They live each day as if it were a gift. The final habit is perhaps the most powerful of them all. The happiest people never assume they have unlimited time. This may sound uncomfortable, but the Stoics believe that remembering our mortality is one of the greatest ways to appreciate life. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that life is short. Not to create fear, but to inspire purpose. If you truly understood that today might never come again, how would you live? Would you waste hours arguing over small things? Would you hold on to resentment? Would you postpone telling someone you love them? Would you keep waiting for the perfect time to chase your dreams? Probably not. The happiest people don't wait for a special occasion to enjoy life. They appreciate ordinary moments. A quiet sunrise. A conversation with a friend. The laughter of a child. A walk in nature. A peaceful evening. They understand that these simple moments are often the richest parts of life. Stoicism teaches us that every new day is an opportunity, not a guarantee. That mindset changes everything. Instead of complaining about what they lack, the happiest people focus on how they can make today meaningful. They choose kindness over bitterness, courage over fear, patience over anger, gratitude over complaint. They don't aim to be perfect. They aim to become a little wiser each day. Imagine living like that for 1 year. Imagine waking up every morning with gratitude, focusing only on what you can control, guarding your thoughts, choosing kindness, embracing challenges, reflecting every evening, simplifying your life, surrounding yourself with good people, and remembering that each day is precious. Your life would begin to change, not because the world became easier, but because you became stronger. That is the heart of Stoicism. It doesn't promise a life without pain. It teaches you how to remain peaceful in the middle of pain. It doesn't promise that people will always treat you well. It teaches you not to surrender your character because of someone else's behavior. It doesn't remove life's storms. It helps you become the kind of person who can stand firm through them. Final thoughts. Remember, happiness isn't a destination you arrive at someday. It's something you build through the small choices you make every single day. The 9 habits we've explored are simple, but they are not always easy. They require consistency, patience, and self-discipline. Yet over time, these small daily actions can transform your mind, your relationships, and your entire life. So here's a challenge for you. Don't try to master all 9 habits at once. Choose just one. Practice it every day for the next 7 days. Then notice how your thoughts, your emotions, and your perspective begin to change. Small habits create powerful lives. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 9 Stoic habits will you start practicing today? Share your answer in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to begin their own journey. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our weekly videos on Stoicism, self-discipline, mental strength, and timeless wisdom. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Stay calm. Stay wise. and keep practicing the small habits that lead to a truly happy life.